Hi everyone, my name is Christina Wolf, and today I'll be presenting to you my IRB Research Proposal. The title of my proposal is Vitamin D Supplementation as Treatment for Vitamin D Deficiency and NASH Biomarkers in Obese Individuals. My proposal explores the relationship between vitamin D, obesity, and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin that is critically important to various functions throughout the body. It is synthesized in the skin when exposed to the sun, is found naturally occurring in some foods, and can be found in supplement form. Deficiencies in vitamin D are common and are defined as less than 20 nanograms per ml. And deficiencies in vitamin D can result in various related conditions such as obesity. Obesity is defined as a BMI greater than 30 and affects nearly 43% of Americans. Research demonstrates that there is a consistent and strong relationship between increased BMI and low serum vitamin D concentrations. And this can be due to a number of factors. However, it's highly hypothesized that the fat solubility of vitamin D results in the sequestration in fat deposits, resulting in reduced bioavailability in obese individuals. So fat can deposit and accumulate in various parts in the body. One common place is the liver, and this can lead to a disease called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which is the accumulation of liver fat with little or no alcohol consumption. This disease affects approximately 20 to 35% of the general population, and a BMI greater than 30 is significantly correlated with increased risk of developing non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. It is also suggested that low serum vitamin D levels may also contribute to the cause of this disease. And in the liver, there are vitamin D receptors, and the expression of vitamin D through these receptors may reduce inflammation in chronic hepatic diseases. So non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, or NASH, is a progressive form of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which is characterized by the inflammation of the liver with accumulation of fat in the liver. NASH affects nearly 5% of the general population and is expected to increase by 63% by the year 2030. Individuals with NASH are at risk of developing various chronic conditions such as cirrhosis, and even death can occur. Current studies suggest that weight reduction or supplementation may be a possible treatment for NASH. So, as for the research questions and hypotheses, the research question that I propose for this study is: can sufficient vitamin D supplementation reduce hepatic fat accumulation and inflammation in vitamin D deficient obese individuals with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, specifically NASH? The null hypothesis of this research question states that there is no difference in hepatic fat accumulation or inflammation in vitamin D deficient individuals with NASH that receive a vitamin D supplementation. And the alternative hypothesis states that there is a difference in hepatic fat accumulation and inflammation in these individuals that receive a vitamin D supplementation. And then a follow-up question that I will aim to study in this investigation is: can the proposed supplementation adequately restore serum vitamin D concentrations? So the goal of this research is to propose an effective treatment for vitamin D deficient obese individuals that present with NASH using a vitamin D supplement. The objectives of this research include to identify a sufficient dose of vitamin D that is successful in restoring serum vitamin D concentrations, reducing hepatic fat accumulation and inflammation, as well as determining the appropriate duration of treatment and the degree to which treatment is effective. And there is no general consensus in the literature regarding a dose of vitamin D that is successful at treating all of these problems. So this research is necessary to aid in identifying an appropriate treatment for this disease. So there are four main themes that are revealed in the literature. The first theme that we see is that there is a consistent correlation between increased BMI and decreased serum vitamin D concentrations. In the literature, it is highly accepted that this is due to the fat-soluble properties of vitamin D, which allow it to be sequestered in adipose tissue. The next theme that we see throughout the literature is that obesity acts as a precursor for many disease states, increasing the likelihood that related disease will occur. The current literature states that obesity significantly increases one's risk of developing non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. The next theme that we see throughout the literature is that there is a strong association between non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, adipose tissue dysfunction, and hypovitaminosis D, or vitamin D deficiency. There have been various mechanisms and theories that have been proposed to account for this relationship, such as the anti-inflammatory and immune modulatory properties of vitamin D. And this may provide reasonable explanations for the connection between these three factors. However, more research is needed to confirm. Finally, the literature provides inconsistent findings regarding an effective vitamin D treatment for NASH biomarkers. Doses in the literature have ranged from 2,000 IU daily to 50,000 IU biweekly, and these studies have lasted durations between 4 weeks, 6 months, or even years. Current studies have administered doses that are usually sufficient enough to correct vitamin D status. However, results of fatty liver biomarkers were largely inconsistent throughout the literature. As for the subject recruitment for this study, the number of participants was determined using a G-power calculation, and it was determined that 55 participants will be necessary. These participants will be men between the ages of 30 and 70, and will be recruited from hospitals throughout Maine via a doctor's referral. These participants must already be diagnosed with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and will undergo the golden standard liver biopsy to confirm the presence of NASH. The participants must meet the following inclusion criteria. They must meet the age requirements, have NASH, be vitamin D deficient, and obese with a BMI greater than 30 but less than 50. And the exclusion criteria for participants includes anything that can interfere with liver function, such as alcohol consumption, tobacco use, drug use, BMI greater than 50, hepatitis A, B, or C, diabetes, liver cancer, inherited liver disorders, or taking any prescription medications that can affect the liver. And then also to control for sun exposure or possible data skewers, participants will be required to abstain from any vacations or trips that might increase their exposure to the sun, such as a beach vacation. And they'll be required to wear sunscreen of at least SPF 50 whenever they're outdoors. As for participant confidentiality and consent, the data within this study will be maintained in a secure and unidentifiable manner. All of the information and data collected on the study subjects will be stored on hard drives, which only the lead investigators and the treating doctors will have access to. As for the collected biopsy specimens, they will be stored in a secured room in the research facility with only access allowed to the lead investigators. Participants' names will be removed from all files or samples and replaced with an identification number. These numbers will then be saved in a secure electronic file with the names of the participants that correlate with each number, and only the lead investigators will have access to that file. No identifiers are necessary for this study and will not be included in any published work. And any identifiable information will be disposed of approximately 5 years after the investigation is completed. As for consent, both verbal and written consent will be required. Documentation detailing the various procedures involved in the study, the treatment, and any possible risks associated with procedures will be provided and reviewed with the participant's doctor and the lead investigator. And then a signature signifying understanding and approval will be required after each section. And then the participant will also be free to withdraw from the study at any point in time. There will be 3 stages within the methodology of this study: the baseline, intervention, and follow-up. At the baseline of the study, participants will undergo a liver biopsy to confirm NASH, and the biopsy specimens collected during this stage will be assessed for degree of fat content, which is defined as greater than 5% of liver weight. In this stage, MRI images of the liver will be collected, as well as blood work to determine initial vitamin D concentrations, which will be compared to follow-up images and concentrations at the end of the study. During the intervention stage, participants will be administered a daily dose of 35,000 IU of vitamin D for a duration of 12 months. This dosage was determined using existing literature, as well as toxic intake levels usually seen around an intake of 50,000 IU daily. And then monthly appointments will be required during this stage to monitor and assess for side effects, complications, or symptoms of toxicity, and to monitor vitamin D levels via blood work. In the follow-up stage, or the end of the intervention, we will repeat blood work labs to determine new vitamin D concentrations. The participants will also undergo repeat MRI imaging, as well as repeat liver biopsies to assess steatosis and liver inflammation. The results collected during the follow-up stages will then be compared to the data collected during the baseline stage. MRI images and biopsies will be compared to determine differences in inflammation, fatty change, and ballooned hepatocytes. Specimens from both biopsies will be assessed for degree of hepatic steatosis, and vitamin D concentrations before, during, and after intervention will be compared. Vitamin D concentrations as well as degree of steatosis can be analyzed using t-tests with a 95% confidence interval and a p-value less than 0.05, which will be considered significant. MRI images can be observationally compared for changes at the start and the end of the study. There are possible risks or burdens associated with the study. Participants face the risk of harm from procedures. The procedures are invasive. There is a risk of toxicity and a risk of confidentiality breach. However, there are protocols set in place to minimize these risks and burdens. And possible benefits of the study include free vitamin D supplementation and treatment, improved vitamin D concentrations, possibly, and possibly improved NASH biomarkers. So ultimately, possible improved health for the participant. Anticipated results of the study include restored vitamin D concentrations and reduced hepatic fat accumulation and inflammation. A study of this nature is very important due to the increased prevalence of NASH in the general population. It is important to identify a viable and effective treatment that can halt or reduce the progression of this disease before development of cirrhosis, liver failure, or even death occurs. The results of the study will contribute to the existing body of literature by testing a new dose and a new duration of vitamin D supplement that has yet to be tried to treat NASH. And if significant, these results will possibly propose a safe and effective dose and duration of vitamin D supplementation as a treatment for NASH. Limitations of the study include the long duration of study, controlling for vitamin D and sun exposure, as well as the costly and invasive liver biopsy procedure. This study can contribute future opportunities for investigation of the appropriate dose of vitamin D by exploring the effectiveness of 35,000 IU daily treatment of NASH with vitamin D and how the liver responds to it. The results obtained from the study can be used with current studies and interventions to create a viable means of treatment for vitamin D deficient obese individuals with NASH. Thanks for listening to my proposal.